if the older women don't want me, then why wouldn't I date the younger woman? I mean, it seems like a logical statement. And if the younger woman wants me, why wouldn't I date the younger woman that wants me?
That's a chess move.
But don't you find it just as interesting that if a younger woman comes out and says, I would like to date an older guy who's more established, who's well to do, nobody ever bats an eye, right? At least our society doesn't bat an eye. But if a man on the flip side who's well to do, well established, and says, I want a younger woman, everybody wants to get on the, beat him with a bat stick, bandwagon, right?
There's a clip I'm gonna play, but she says you date younger because women your age don't want you.
In his 40s, 50s is trying to talk to me. I already know what's going on. Women your age don't fucking like you because something is wrong with you. Yep. And because the women your age group don't fuck with you, you gotta go younger. Yep. Because the younger girls would think, oh, he's so cool, he thinks I'm mature. Yeah. But it's all just manipulation.
I totally agree with you. The older guys, I think they really just want to take advantage of younger women.
They do.
Oh my God. There is a simp born every minute. Goodness gracious.
I want to go to let me go to Sean and Hink first, and then go to Mindset after that. Go ahead, Sean. What do you think?
Bro, she sounds like a delusional bird, and he sounds like a goofball Jamal. He sounds like a simp. I'm not even just using these words because they're words like real talk. Like if you really think about it, she couldn't give any type of layers or anything to justify that statement. It's literally just a brainless opinion. How do you come to that conclusion? The younger women will think this guy is attractive, but to the women his age, he holds no value. How do you even come to that conclusion? How would she even defend that point? It makes absolutely no sense. We like younger women for lots of reasons. Sometimes, they're more energetic. Sometimes they're not as set in their ways. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'm just not attracted to, somebody who's a grandma. Who the hell knows? Lots of reasons, none of which she mentioned. And the dude, he sounds like a clown. He sounds like he's trying to get at shorty after the show. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right, go ahead, brother Hink.
Well, me, I did both. I dated older women as well as younger women, and I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't think dealing with the older woman is something about you that it wasn't attractive. It's just, maybe y'all just have two personalities just wasn't meshing, but you was able to mesh with this younger lady. And there's nothing wrong with it.
She said that older women don't want you.
That's cool. I may not want her old ass. Fuck that bitch. So I'm gonna keep it moving. But I mean, if this young girl want me, I'm gonna deal with her, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna rock it out, do what we need to do. But me, I prefer a older woman. That's just my preference. But to each his own.
Hey, Hink, when you say older woman, how much older?
2 years max. Shit. I mean, that's not much, but I'm just saying.
He said 2 years.
Yeah, that's it.
That's your peers.
Hell no.
Look like she's in my same high school class.
I can't.
You might have finished the year before you.
All right, we're going to go with Mindset. What's your thoughts on this, sir?
Yeah, man. Once again, I think somebody's operating on autopilot. It just sounds like that's not even her thoughts. It sounds like she got that from TV. It sounds like she got that from other people. Let's be original here. This works to both sides of it. Like, honestly, yes, I think men are more in their prime as they get older. So when they're in their prime, they want a woman that's in their prime, right? And a woman typically is in their prime as far as physical looks at a younger age. And then it can be reversed too. Like sometimes younger guys like older women. Like in actuality, I don't believe the age has too much to do with it, even though it does have certain benefits, maturity and things like that. However, I'm going for what I like, man. If I go for what I like, if she's bad, she's young, she's beautiful, she's everything I want, and she's young, then hey, that's just what it is. But I don't think that person was operating from her own actual thoughts. And I think the guy, yes, Sean was correct. I think he was simping to try to get at it later.
All right, let me go to Luis.
Man, I just wish people were a little bit more honest about, what they really think as opposed to, moving with the crowd Look, there are, there are benefits to dating younger women, and some of them, those examples, some of the guys have already highlighted, but also too, you're able to teach them something, show them something, right? Take them on trips, have experiences, things like that. Because you always want that sense of freshness and that sense of new. You've done this for the first time together with this person, right? You're able to kind of bring them into your world. You're able to kind of open them up and kind of show them things that they've learned throughout, right? Women typically like older men who are experienced, knowledge, educated, well-rounded, well-connected, because they bring them in, usher into a different type of experience that they've not been expressed to. Much older women, typically women like we're talking about that in your peers, you might or might not have that kind of outcome or that kind of experience. So it looks a little bit different, but there are advantages. You have more things in common in terms of maybe music or cultural preferences too. It just depends. It really, really depends. But I think for the most part, I think the latter. I think, most men like younger women because of the vitality that they bring.
All right, let me go to Trigger Mike.
Yeah, I'm echoing exactly what everybody else was saying. Shorty sounded delusional as hell, and they just give anybody a microphone these days to just say whatever they want to. Dude was definitely simping. I mean, the weird part about it, you could see his eagerness to agree with a woman. I need to let women know something right now. When it comes to, I'm trying to develop a lot of hypotheses and theories. When it comes to a man, you have to be very careful when a man over agrees with a woman. When he agrees with women too much, it is not actually not in our nature to do that. More specifically, it's not in our nature to agree with women against other men. So if a woman wants to know what a simp is, that is the definition and the personification of simp. If I even agree with her, I would just I would be quiet. I'd be like, whatever. All right. But I want y'all to pay close attention because I'm going to hit this from a completely different angle. Women are doing this thing now, especially with men like that, where they're trying to fuel their own confirmation bias by hearing it from another man so they can go echo it all places with impunity, right? These women, she will, if you ask her a follow-up question, I wish I was there. How do you feel about share dating AE? What's that, a 30, 40 year difference in age? She's going to freeze up. She's not going to say anything. Women shame men for behaviors they themselves will perform. All right. We have learned now in today's society, when it comes to power and ego, a woman is no different. Women with power behave exactly the same as men with power. We used to call it a man's ego. It is not a man's ego. It's just ego. And it's her ego and a woman's ego that is unsettled with the fact that men have so many options. That's why she wants to call it disgusting. Right? She just mad that men have options at that age and women don't. And men aren't struggling to find women once they get resources, but women are, right? So it's a smokescreen. I have given myself an assignment to not react to what women say initially because it's always something behind it. And I could clearly see what was behind her message. My mic is muted.
All right. I'm going to go to you, Humble Dad. What are your thoughts? Date a younger woman because women your age don't want you.
Then what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like if the older women don't want me, then why wouldn't I date the younger woman? I mean, it seems like a logical statement. And if the younger woman wants me, why wouldn't I date the younger woman that wants me?
That's a chess move.
You know what I'm saying? So people just say stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she really thought about what she said beyond her saying it personally. And then as far as the guy, I don't think he's ever thought about it, you know what I'm saying, until that moment because of his response. That's just my take. For me, I think an older woman and a younger woman want me, you know what I'm saying, just because I'm that dude, right? And I did have the opportunity to talk to a younger woman. It just wasn't the same because the way that she conversed wasn't how I would want to converse, and my lady, my fiance, now she's a very high thinker. You know what I'm saying? And she's what 3 years younger than me, and she's able to keep up with me from an intellectual perspective, as opposed to some of the younger women that I've had conversations with. So, but overall, I would say that her statement doesn't make sense because the guy, if nobody wants to date me, why not date the person that wants to date me? And if it's a younger woman, then that's my options. So that's where I would go.
But don't you find it just as interesting that if a younger woman comes out and says, I would like to date an older guy who's more established, who's well to do, nobody ever bats an eye, right? At least our society doesn't bat an eye. But if a man on the flip side who's well to do, well established, and says, I want a younger woman, everybody wants to get on the, beat him with a bat stick, bandwagon, right? So there is a bit of a double standard there, right? It's like what's good for the goose isn't necessarily good for the gander. And I just think that just comes down to like how much our society has done a complete 180.
Yeah, I definitely think the young lady was delusional. From my experience, younger women and older women like damn near the same things. Like the qualities that younger women find attractive are not very much different than the qualities that older women find attractive. So for her to believe that for some reason, attracting younger women or dating younger women is because you can't attract older women, I would think that's ridiculous. I think that actually the men who are attracting younger women probably also have a lot more success with older women and all women in general, because something about them is just attractive. And when you're attractive as a man, it just is what it is. It permeates through all age groups. So I definitely think young boy was simping for sure. So it seemed like he was trying to get her attention with that answer.